Today, I want to publicly announce that Marwa and I are separated because I couldn't take it anymore, but at the same time, it was extremely painful and I needed to. And things were getting worse.
Rocio chose herself over anything. And if that is the case, it's okay. It's okay. And I have to tell you this, I did not make that decision. I feel sad. The only thing that makes me sad is not to see my son around here playing. That one actually makes me sad. That makes me sad. And I have to tell you this, I did not make that decision. She made the decision to just say, but sometimes it's crazy. Imagine, you as a man, you cannot even say, I want to see my son. But it's okay. One thing me I'm proud of is one day my son will grow. She will book that flight. He will book that flight.
He may not book that flight, Marwa. He may not book that flight. Your son may do the very same thing that you did to your real father because your mother poisoned your mind against him. This is exactly what Rocio is going to do. What do you think when Rocio meets another man, if she hasn't already met another man? And I do believe that Rocio has met someone else, okay, that she is now dating. She is going to tell that child that you don't exist. I am telling you this. If she's already telling you that you can't see that child, then it means that she's going to keep that child away from you the very same way your mother, your very own mother, kept you away from Mr. Kohera. Go apologize to Mr. Kohera. Go have a talk. You don't have to apologize, but go and have a conversation with him. Perhaps you can break this curse.
And let's say honestly you want to separate. You just separate quietly and life goes on. But now that it's become to my attention, I have to address this. People are calling me my phone. Whoa. Marwa, are you okay? Yes, I'm okay. Very composed, very calm. I will not kill myself, guys. Those who are worried. I'm an African man. I've been through thick and thin. And I don't have mental issues. So calm down. You'll see me tomorrow. This one even found me sleeping in my bed, chilling like this. I saw one person called me and told me, hey, Marwa, have you seen what your wife has posted? I was busy fixing up things. I said, I will check. And I went to my phone, opening, scrolling, chuglu. I saw a big headline. Rocio Cabrera announces separation from Kenyan travel YouTube. I was like, wait, is this me? It found me off guard. I swear before God. As for Rocio, her message from me is, I hope you just live your life without coming back to fight me. Oh, do this, do that, do this. Me as Marwa, from May, I'll be supporting my child where I can. As I feel sad, but I feel sad for my son mostly. To be honest, I don't feel sad for the relationship. I just feel sad for my son. I want my son here with me, you know.
Welcome and welcome back to my channel, guys. It's Mzungu Pebbles. So thank you all for stopping by. As you notice, I'm wearing the same shirt that Rocio was wearing in her breakup. I'm no longer a wife. I just want to tell the world I am no longer with Marwa, and I want to tell the world how badly him and his mother and his family treated me in that villa. Well, we knew this was coming. We knew this entire thing was coming. Because she has been singing songs about the Lord and God and love and all these things. And she has been hinting on Instagram for a very long time. And we have been telling you guys that it's over. From the day she left with her family, we told every single one of those minions that it's over between them. But they said we were liars, and Rocio and Marwa going to shame us. When she comes back, she's only home with her family for a little while. Now she came out today to tell each and every one of you minions that she is done with that family. She wants to have absolutely nothing to do with any of them. All she wants is for Marwa to take care of his child because a child cannot raise himself. Those were her words, not mine.
And I forgive you for the things that you did to me. And I just hope that we can do the best for Maisha as a mother and a father. I do hope that you take responsibility and you do things right. Kids don't just grow. And I know that your story, the way you grow up and everything, but you can create a new story for your son because God is giving you that opportunity.
She has blocked every single family member from reaching out to her. Now, Rosie, if you block them, how do you expect a man to take care of his child? That's a question I'm going to ask you right here. Now, I'm going to try to be as fair as possible in my analysis about this whole breakup of the fairy tale fake marriage that they had. Remember, Marwa said, my wife, my wife. I wonder if she'll allow me. This is supposed to be her place to build her studio, but I wonder if she'll allow me to use this to build something else. I will see. I don't know. When my wife come back, I will ask her. Marwa, she told you a long time ago she was never coming back. But you can't get it in your head. You keep saying, my wife, she's coming back. Anyway, I don't know where to start, but I know one thing. I'm wearing the shirt she was wearing today. Yes, and I will try to be as fair as possible. You guys know I don't like her, but as a woman, I am going to sympathize with her a bit today in my analysis. I am going to try. I can't promise you anything, but I'm going to try. Let's get into it because we don't like to waste time over here. So, in her long video of crying back and forth so that she can get the sympathy that she needs to receive donations and everything else, because she's going to need it. Marwa is not going to take care of his son. We know that. And a lot of men are like that. Well, I'm hoping that he takes care of his son, but I know a lot of men, once you break up with the mama, you break up with the child as well. Karma came back in full circle because of what I am Marwa's mother did to Mr. Kohara. The same thing that reactors have been saying for a very long time came back full circle. Reactors told you guys that this was going to happen. Like we see things and know things before it happens in that village, or just when it happened. We know. It's only the minions who don't want to believe or see these things. We told you guys when she packed up a little Georgie bundle and all the donations that people brought to that village, her and her family, when she packed up and left, Reactor said she is gone for good. Gone like the wind. But the minions didn't want to believe it. Didn't they say Rocio is going to come back and shame us? Didn't they say we are foolish people who just talk nonsense? But now you guys are seeing little by little that Reactors is actually here for a reason, because we're here to speak the truth and we're here to tell you guys things that you can't see for yourself, because so many of you minions out there are too dunce. Okay? Or too blind to see these things for yourselves. Even though Rocio came out and told you guys flat out today in her cry video, you don't want to believe it. You're still saying, no, get back together with your husband. They were never married. She said so in her video. But let's get into it from top to bottom today. And I'm going to try my best to be nice. I promise. Anyway, Anywho, Rocio said she came to Africa to give it a try with this African man that she met within 1 week of meeting him. She made this decision to move to Africa to give this new life a try with this African man that she knows nothing about, or that she knew absolutely nothing about. She said she was having a grand time in Mexico, a wonderful life in Mexico. She was ready to move to a new city. And then Marwa came along and dragged her out of Mexico by promising her this wonderful life in Kenya and to take her around the world. And so she packed her little one suitcase and left Mexico to move to Kenya to give her whole heart to this man that she knows nothing about. Now that's the first problem I have there with you, Rocio, because how on earth can you meet a man within 1 week, Rocio, 1 week, and make that decision? That is poor decision making. Take responsibility for your poor decision making. Not even within 1 week, I'm going to open up my Nash and give it to a man. I'm sorry. I would never do that. Who does that? You get to know someone first before you do that. 1 week, Rocio, you should be ashamed of yourself to say this. Ashamed of yourself. You don't know where he has been, who he has been with, and you're going to pick yourself up and boom, I'm going to Africa. Suddenly you are my man within 1 week. 1 week, Rocio.
When I met him, I was really praying to meet my future husband, the father of my children, and I was ready to commit for a very serious relationship. In my case, I found it, but we didn't have a lot of time to get to know each other. That's why it was just to surrender and to trust that things could work. I met Marwa, that he really expressed himself ready to say, let's try it. Come to Africa and let's do this. I did know Marwa from before. No, not at all. We just met maybe for a week.
My goodness, well, we all knew this already, but to hear it from her own mouth, it makes you realize that, hey, no, you're too loose, honey. That is too loose. That's too loose. I'm sorry. But anyway, she said, yeah, after 1 week, she had no idea who he was from online. This is what she said.
And I had no idea who it was on the social media. And that's not true. I had no idea who he was. Didn't follow him. I didn't know about his existence, his reputation, his history. I didn't know about anything. When I did a little research, I did love what I saw, not really. And that was actually brought some doubts in, should I really give it a try? But I didn't want the internet or the videos to be his reputation and to be judgmental about that, because I know 100% that what you see on the videos is not the full picture. And what you see on the video, sometimes it's not even the real person. So I really felt that there was nothing for me to lose. I'm a bold woman. I took many risks before meeting Marwa. I am a very courageous woman. I'm a go-getter. I am, most of the time, if it's God's willing, I get what I want.
She had no idea who he was from online when they met, and before she moved to Kenya. She had no idea that this Marwa was this guy online kissing girls, pulling out girls' tongue and doing all these things. She didn't know anything about that. No, she was oblivious to that information that is all over social media. All you have to do is put the man name into a search engine and every single thing will pop up. You're going to sit there and lie to us, Rocio. Now we know this is a lie and I'm going to call you out on it. It's a lie. You knew, because when you guys met, he told you that he was, he does YouTube as well. Both of you sat down together before and said this is one of the things that attracted you to each other. You had a social media platform. He had a social media platform. You guys like traveling and you have all this stuff in common. So how did you not know after meeting the man that he had a social media platform? It's best that you say, okay, before meeting him, because they met online, guys. They met online, okay? Nothing is wrong with that. But before meeting him, you didn't know that he was a big YouTuber. But I can guarantee you when he took you out to lunch that very same day, because everything happened so fast, guys. Fast, fast, fast. Quick, quick, quick. Took her out to lunch that day. By that night, she was in his bed giving up pum pum. And by within a week, she was in another city in Mexico with him, spending the week with him. And within another week or so, or 2 weeks after he came back from Jamaica, she was in Kenya. That's how fast it all happened. So she knew, though, because even when he sat down to lunch with her, and of course they exchanged information, he's going to tell her who he is. Men like that lead with money. That's what they lead with. Marwa even said so in a video. Marwa said that he likes beautiful women, and beautiful women are often lonely. And it's one of the reasons why he approached her, because he knows that a beautiful woman like her is lonely, because they have been around the world, done out, and now they're desperate. Imagine a man sit down next to you and say this, and you're going to get pregnant for him. This is what Marwa said. I'll leave the video right here.
I know most of the time, I know beautiful girls are most of the time lonely girls. So me, I talk to beautiful girls because most of the time, beautiful girls have problems finding a handsome man or something. So me, I shoot my shot. That's my secret. Because most of the time, most beautiful girls tend to think they're so beautiful. They deserve better and better and better. In the process, they don't have relationships. They keep having a guy, and after 1 week the guy leaves them because they always think they are better. That's actually my analogy with beautiful girls. Me, I'm giving you a secret. Those somebody says beautiful heart more important. Yes, but at the end of the day, we men get physically attracted to a lady before anything else.
And women as well. Like all of us, we see the physical before. Broke, he has money.
Me, the thing is this. Me, honestly, I only shoot to beautiful girls because I know most of them are lonely.
I'm not lying. She was right there when he said that. And that's why he really approached her, because desperation was in her. He saw that. And that's how he got her. So for her to say she knew nothing about him and she came just believing everything he told her, that was a lie. Because in another video, when you came to Kenya and someone asked you about him and wanting all these children and wanting different wives, and you sat down next to Marwa on that bed in your Q&A in the villa, and you said you knew a lot about him. You even said in one video that I've been searching for, but I can't find it, when you were laying on the bed next to him, you said you background checked him. You checked him out. You said this, Rocio. So how are you going to lie right now and say you know nothing about him? You only found out everything when you came to Kenya. That is a lie, Rocio. That's a lie. And I'm going to call you out on that. I'm sorry. You said you saw all the videos of him with women, but you don't judge people by what you see on social media. This is what you said, Rocio. You said you saw reactors talking about him, but you didn't care. You don't believe them. The reactors are liars. You said people reached out to you personally to tell you about Marwa, and you tell them get lost. You don't want to hear anything, because you don't believe anything that anyone tells you. Well, who can hear happy feel? Have you guys ever heard that? Hey, who can hear happy feel? And you are feeling right now, darling, aren't you? And I'm sorry, I'm not gloating or laughing over this situation because I too have been through breakup and I know how painful it is. No doubt about that. And as a woman, I'm not laughing at her. I'm just calling her out on her bullshit lies that she did today on that live because she put all the blame on Marwa and that was not fair. Yeah, I may react against Marwa, but I'm not going to sit here and agree with her with everything when she was pinning every single thing on Marwa. It's Marwa's fault. It's because of him why I got pregnant. Him and his mother. His this, his that. Anyway, let me not be all over the place and stick to the script because she has said a whole lot. Okay? Anywho, she said she took a risk to fly to a country alone to live with a man she didn't know. That's the part that I just told you guys is a lie, and I have backup clips to insert somewhere in this video to show you guys that's a lie. Okay? People told her about Marwa before she came. She saw stuff online and all that. Okay? She says she is bold and she is courageous and she take many risks before. She has taken many risks before because she was traveling all over. She left her country to move to Mexico all by herself. And most of the time, she gets what she wants and what she deserves. So going to Kenya was nothing to her. In taking that big risk because I guess she assumed that she was going to go to Kenya to be with Marwa and get to have her own way. She said it herself. She usually gets what she wants. She usually gets her own way. Darling, you've never met an African man. Or should I say a black man. They're not all going to sit down and let you have your own way, sweetie. They're going to have a voice. I am sorry. I am sorry. So you thought you were going to go to Kenya and get to have your own way. Oh, things now needs to be in my name because I am your wife. Oh, I need you to do this. Oh, you go do that. Oh, I need this. I need that. And people are going to jump at your fingertip because guess what? You said. You usually get what you want. You usually, oftentimes, get your own way. This time you didn't, not with this man. He did tell you that he doesn't chase women like that. He did tell you that. Clear, point blank. He told you that. I don't have the clip to remind you guys, but I remember posting it before when he said that on a live. He is never going to chase you. And that would have been the day I left. But you stayed because you wanted to still have your own way. Manipulative, conniving, authoritative, grabalicious ways. Did I say I was going to be easy on her? Because I know some of you are going to come in my comment section and say, you need to go easy on Rocio. Y'all ain't never tell me go easy on Marwa. Not one of you. But y'all always want to come in my comment section to tell me to go easy on Rocio and D. Mwango. Y'all can do it. But it doesn't mean that I'm going to listen to you. Okay? Let me do my reaction how I want to do my reaction. Thank you very much. And you know I love you all to death. But I'm just saying, okay? What's good for the goose is good for the gander, okay? If you are going to be mutual to all of them, then yes, I would understand. But you can't be one-sided telling me, go easy on Rocio, and then when I'm burying Marwa, y'all jump in here. Yes, bury him. It's unfair. Don't do it. Hamisi, I'm talking to you. I'm just kidding. Hamisi, you never tell me that. You never. You leave your comments, but you never tell me that stuff. I think Johnny told me go easy on D. I'm not mad at you though, Johnny. Anyway, yeah, so she said she was looking a husband at the time. She was ready for a relationship because she had gotten out of a relationship, and at this time she found herself, and she was a no-nonsense person, and she really wanted a husband. She didn't want somebody to hook up with. She was looking for a serious relationship with a husband and blah, blah, blah. Yet, in another section of the video, you said you were not looking for a husband, so I am confused, and you are confused too. You are.
When I met him, I was really praying to meet my future husband, the father of my children.
A few moments later.
Marwa and I didn't get married, and I believe that from his side, it was this promise to his subscribers that one day he will. But I never felt this promise. He told me a couple of times, yes, I want to make you my wife. You're my wife. You're my wife. But I doubt it. Also, of course, when things in our relationship got not so nice, he expressed why he didn't marry me and that he didn't want to marry me. And it's okay, because that's one of the things that maybe, yes, I got pregnant faster, very fast, but I wasn't going to get married that fast. And I wasn't ready for marriage with him. And I must admit that when he was talking so much about it, because everyone was asking, like, you have to marry her and things must be this quick, and everything seems to be so quick in this environment. I told him, don't propose.
Because one moment you want a husband, next minute you don't. I don't know. You did ask him to marry you. And you wanted him to marry you. You were looking for stones in river YouTube, didn't you? Esmeralda. What Emeralda? Onyx Emeralda. Let me go get my emerald. All right. So Rocio, weren't you in river YouTube looking for emerald stones, onyx stones to get married? Really? Come on. Don't say you didn't want to get married when you get to the villa. You asked Mara to marry you. Stop it, okay? Yes. You were conflicted. Say that. Because at first, in videos I've seen of her when she first went there, the only time Rocio was really happy was when she was receiving gifts. That's the only time you see Rocio with a smile on her face. All the other videos, even in a live video, she was very unhappy. Like her facial, expressions, she seemed so unhappy being there. She wasn't happy. I think after she got there and she realized, oh my goodness, this villa is for everyone. It's not going to be for me. Everybody's in here. All these black people. I don't want to be here. So she wasn't happy. The only time she was happy when Marwa talked about horses, when he talked about buying expensive things, or, at one point when he was talking about wedding and stuff like that, and all that kind of stuff, or people were bringing free stuff for her, that's when she was happy. So anyway, Marwa claimed she could trust him, but he was a liar. That's what she said. Marwa claimed she could trust him, but he was a liar. He cheated on her. And she found out this information. God, that's what she said.
And he claimed that I could trust him. I did find some lies after he met me and he went and kept on meeting other women and stuff like that. And he was promising that nothing was happening. A woman always finds the truth.
I think she's talking about Serpentina here. But this was like a week after she met Marwa and Marwa flew to Jamaica. And then suddenly she was stalking Marwa in Jamaica with Serpentina. And I told you guys that she was the one who fabricated that fake email, allegedly, and pretended to be Serpentina. You all don't believe me? Believe me now. Look at her eyes, look at her face, look at what she's saying. Marwa had an affair with who, Rocio? Tell us. Was it with Paris? Guys, who do you think Marwa had this affair with? Please, come on and let us know. Let us know in the comment section now. Because I am curious. Was it with Paris? Because who else would Marwa have an affair with? Marwa was there 24/7. She wouldn't let Marwa out of her sight. So who else did Marwa cheat with while he was with Rocio? Rocio, if you're going to come out and make such accusations, then you should tell us who he was with, because I don't believe you. The only person I can think of is Paris. There is no other person that I think Marwa had a relationship with. You were with Marwa 24 hours. If Marwa even stepped out of the compound to go somewhere, you call him. Where are you? 24/7. So guys, tell me who you think Marwa cheated with. Unless he cheated before she came to the villa. But I don't think he cheated while she was at the villa with him. I do not believe this. I think this is a lie. I think that part is a lie. Now, I'm not swearing for him, because a man could tell you they're going to the bush to plant corn and meet someone in the cornfield to dagger them. Okay? So I don't know. I don't know. Unless she's talking about the animals. I don't know. Anyway, she said culturally they were opposite. She is from one of the most affectionate culture, and Marwa comes from one of the less affectionate culture. Africans, they are not affectionate. This is what she said. Guys, I know I'm extra today, even though I'm not feeling well. But you know, extra is my middle name. She said she put more effort into this relationship than Marwa did. She felt very lonely on that boat that Marwa told her to come over on, because according to her, she said Marwa told her, you know, come over, I'm going to take good care of you. I don't want you to come with 1 foot in the door and the next foot out. I want you to put 2 foot on this boat. Was it a boat or a yacht? How big was it, darling? Did he say 2 foot or 1 hole? I'm gone. Or maybe he wanted 2 holes. Did he say 2 foot or 2 holes or 1 hole? Guys, I'm done. I'm done. See, hey, stop. Hey. She said Marwa said come with both legs on this boat. I'm wondering if it's legs or holes. Come with 2 holes. Whew. Bamboo stick on this bamboo stick. All right, let me behave. Anyway, she came with 2 holes for the bamboo stick, not 2 legs for the boat. Anyhow, pregnancy was a mistake. That's what she said. Marwa was the one who pushed the idea of pregnancy. His mother pressured her too, the mother that she hates so much. She said, congrats, Mom, came to the villa and said, you're not pregnant yet? When are you going to get pregnant? You're not pregnant? You're not pregnant? And that was so rude and intrusive. And Con Mom was disrespectful to her as a lady.
Later, I felt very lonely on that boat. Yes, unfortunately, yes. Multiple times I felt very lonely in that boat. But all of this process took 2 years, you know? And yes, the pregnancy came extremely early. Yes, there is a part of me that sees it as a mistake. But yes, Marwa really pushed that idea for us to do it, for us to build a family, for us to let's have a kid and everything. So I can say that he convinced me, yes. And we were having a lot of pressure from his mother. To be honest, one day I was recording a video and she came and I was recording and she came to tell me, why you're not pregnant yet? But that was a total disrespect to me. She stopped doing those things because I told her that she had to stop. But yes, she behaved very intrusive with those type of comments. Like, it was very, it was like a slap on the face for me, you know?
Okay, she blamed Marwa and her mother for this pregnancy. But Rocio, who is in control of your uterus? You, Marwa, or Marwa's mother and Marwa's family? That is the part that I am not understanding. Why didn't you protect yourself? Secondly, I am going to drop a video right here, an older video for when you first went to the villa and started discussing children. And look at the smile on your face. Look at you asking Marwa, when are we going to have a child? Rocio, take responsibility. Stop lying.
Baby coming.
When is the baby coming?
That was his question, ma'am. It's not mine.
Well, but I don't even know. When is
Okay.
the baby coming?
Okay. Okay.
When is the baby
Somebody
coming?
asked. Now, me, I'm just reading.
When is the baby coming for you? When do you think the baby coming? Thank you, Masood.
Thank you so much, Mr. The thing is, probably next year.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. At least let's have one baby.
Uh-huh.
Daddy will feel okay. At least for now.
Are you ready to be a dad?
Yeah.
We've been having a lot of kids lately with us.
Yeah, a lot of kids here, they don't want to leave Rocio's arms. Even here, we just chased one
Yeah.
to
No, guys, I'm going to agree with her on that. Con mom was very disrespectful woman. She's a very disrespectful woman. I'm not asking, I am telling you. I've seen her say things to people which I think is very rude. Now, this lady, Congrats mom, who we call Con mom for short, had no right to ask Rocio, when is she going to get pregnant? Now, people are saying, it's their culture. She didn't mean anything by it. Now, let me ask you all something. Why she can't ask her daughter this? Her daughter been knocking up round and round and round for a while. Huh? And now is married. Why she can't ask her daughter, when are you going to breed? What gives her the right to ask another man, wife, fake wife, this question? I don't care if it's her daughter-in-law. I don't care. I would have been upset at this too. In fact, I would have cussed her out. Point blank and period. I would have told her about her ARSE. That's a fact. I know my mouth. I would have cussed her. And I believe that Rocio did curse her out, according to knowledge that reached my desk. Rocio did curse her out at one point. Rocio cussed Congrats mom like dog at one point and tell her to leave her alone and stay out of her and Matoto business. And it's one of the reasons why Rocio treated her the way she kind of treated her in the villa, because of how Congrats mom was very aggressive with her, saying things that she shouldn't have been saying that was very intrusive. I agree with Rocio on that part. You don't come to ask somebody, how come you ain't pregnant yet? When are you going to get pregnant? And she had just reached. This was within 3 months, I remember. Everybody was asking, even in the comment section, when are you going to get pregnant? Mama needs to have a baby. That's why you should have researched this family, Rocio, before you jump into it. Background check them left, right, and center. And with Google and the internet and everything these days, honey, come on. Are you kidding me? I'm going to blame you on that one. But anyway, yes, Con Mom, go ask Deem Wanga when she's going to get pregnant. As a matter of fact, she has been asking you to go find some bush medicine for her because she can't breed. And she needs you to go find the bush medicine for her so she can get pregnant. Why aren't you not asking her, why do you need to give her bush medicine to get pregnant? Instead of you were messing with Rocio on this one. You're wrong, Congrats mom. Shame on you. And you do this to a lot of those girls in the village. You try to talk down to them, but you can't talk down to your own children. They talk to you like garbage. And what you do, you take out your frustration on other people's children. Rocio had a right to cuss you if she did. And I think she did. I heard that she did. But anyway, she said, Marwa wants her to have kids, but he don't want to be a father. Or he doesn't want to be a father. And we know that's the truth. I said it before. Marwa wants to just be able to say, I have a child in Argentina, I have a child in Mexico, I have a child in Brazil, I have a child in Colombia, I have a child in the Philippines. This is what Marwa wants to say, these things, but he doesn't want to have the responsibility of these kids being around him and taking care of them, nurturing them, being a father to these children. See, Marwa was raised by a very cruel man, and this is what Rocio said. Marwa was raised by a cruel family, a dysfunctional family. She came out and she blasted Marwa family. She talked about how bad that family is. She didn't mince her mouth, and Rocio knows a whole lot of things about Marwa's family. A whole lot of things. She was holding back. But I think the time is going to come when Rocio will come out here and tell us from top to bottom all about the voodoo, everything that reactors have been talking about. She's going to come out here and spill the beans. and even add more sauce, okay, to the pot. She definitely will. There's no doubt about it. Rocio is calculated. She's conniving. She's manipulative. She's all of the above. And it's one of the reasons why Rocio choose to come here to discuss this breakup today. Because she could have kept quiet. Look at Patricia Bright. I don't know if you guys know of Patricia Bright. I think she's from Africa as well. But you know, she has been living in, her family has been living in London for years and years. And she's a very big YouTuber. And many years ago, I used to watch her. I think over 3 years ago, I used to watch this girl religiously because she's very intelligent. She's a businesswoman and she carries herself well. She's also married to a Mzungu and has children. Now, we realized that something was off in their relationship. At one point, we realized that they broke up. But I can tell you one thing that Patricia Bright didn't do. She never came on YouTube to blast her husband. She never came on YouTube to tell anyone what happened. She just let people continue to guess. Continue to guess. Say what you want to say. If you want to believe we're broken up, then go ahead. It was only recently, I think 2 weeks ago, that Patricia came out here to confirm to everyone that her and her husband, actually, I think they're divorced now. I don't know. I think they're divorced or separated or whatever. But they're no longer together. And she didn't blast her husband. She just came out here and was brief about it. Not like Rocio pinning everything on I Am Marwa right now. But that's why I tell you, she made sure that she told her side of the story before I Am Marwa so that people can give her sympathy. They can feel sorry for her. Because the first one to tell their story, that's who people are most likely to believe. That's what you have to understand. So if you come out here and tell your story first, it's like you being a child and you have a sibling and both of you get in trouble. What do? You run home first to your mama, right? And you make sure you're telling your mama your side of the story real quick because your mama is most likely to believe you and disbelieve the person who is second to tell the story. This is how it works. Hey, Rocio is a smart girl. She ain't no fool. She knows she needs those subscribers. She knows she needs the donation. And it's one of the reasons why she did this. Do you guys agree with me? Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel. Don't have me here sitting in my sick state talking to you guys and not getting any love over here. Say hello to Mzungu Pebbles. Because I'm here to give both Marwa and Rocio the ginger. And I'm trying to be very diplomatic and fair. But I don't know how that is going so far. How is it going? Am I doing okay? Anyway, she said, Marwa never got married. She's telling the minions who believed that Marwa was truly married to this woman. Can you believe these people really and truly believe that? How dunce are they? I don't get it. Yeah, she came out clear. She said we were never married. So she's telling these stupid minions. He told her he did not want to marry her. Plain and simple, clear as crystal. Now, if a man says that to me, let me just fix my chair here. Imagine I am with a man, pouring out my heart to him, loving him. And this man is going to look at me and I want to be married. And this man is going to look at me and say, I don't want to marry you. What would I do? I would leave him. But no, Rocio decided she is still going to stay with Marwa. A lot happened from the 3 months that she came when she had time to leave before she got pregnant. And she still stayed there. This wasn't no surprise. She had probably heard people tell her about him wanting to have 10 wives and 10 children and, you know, his polygamy lifestyle and all this kind of stuff. She knew that. This wasn't a surprise. So she told him. She admitted that. He didn't want to marry her. And she said she knew why he didn't want to marry her. It's because of him being afraid to, you know, give up half of what he owns and all of this kind of stuff. We know you say you get what you usually want and you realize, Rocio, you couldn't get half of Marwa property. You couldn't get half of his belongings, Rocio. You realize that after coming in. You realize that because you thought Marwa owned all of that and he's going to get married to you and give you half. And when you leave, you would have taken half. You're very manipulative and calculated and you're greedy too. You would have taken half or tried to. I can tell you this. So Marwa did the right thing by not marrying her. If you agree with me, hit the like button. She said she didn't want to marry him. She told him, don't propose. Guys, now we know that was one of the biggest lies she told, because in the beginning she said she was looking for marriage and a serious relationship and all of this. Now she's saying she told Marwa not to propose. Guys, didn't we see Rocio propose to Marwa when he bought those horses for her? Who is she fooling? Didn't we see her looking for engagement ring and all kind of stuff? Come on, Rocio, that part is a lie. But Rocio wants to look like the perfect person in this entire breakup, like she played no part in this relationship that would have split them apart. Come on, Rocio, be fair and honest. It wasn't just Marwa's fault. You played a huge role in this relationship that led up to your breakup. Now, I'm not going to disagree with you that Marwa is different. The culture is different. Two opposite people. But you saw this from day one, from you arrived. When a man invites you to a party and you see him advertising the party as this sex party, what was that telling you about this man that you're supposedly coming to marry? Huh? He's telling people bring condoms and tents and this, that, and do whatever in the bushes. Yeah? And this is the man you're coming to say, this is a man you want to be with for the rest of your life. Marwa didn't hide who he is from you or anyone. And those people who are saying, oh, Marwa lied to her, Marwa didn't lie to her. I think the only lie that Marwa told her was that he's a very rich man, and that wasn't a lie. I think he told her that he will take her around the world, they will travel, and they will do all these nice things together. And she believed that she was going to live this fancy lifestyle, traveling around the world with this man who has been to over 100 countries. I don't know how many. This was her, mental state, what she was thinking. Oh, free trips around the world, stay in nice luxury hotels. I'm doing my content, he's doing his content, and I'm in my trench coat like I'm in London with my glasses. Hi, hi, doing the whole fab lifestyle. And that did not happen. I think that's the only lie that Marwa told this woman. There was no other lies. None. I'm sorry, none. Come on. So anyway, she said she didn't ask questions. She just jumped into the relationship. That's where you make a mistake. Always ask questions. And sometimes sometimes it takes like 2 years to get to know someone. I can tell you this. You can ask questions and they can tell you everything you want to hear. There are men in this world who study you, okay? They ask you what your ex did that you didn't like, and you sit there not realizing you're telling them all sorts of negative things about your ex. And then when it's their turn to talk, they tell you, oh no, I treat women like this, the opposite of how your ex treats you, so that they can get you. A lot of men do these things, women too. Well, we're talking about Marwa now, so I'm just going to say men. So don't come from me, okay? A lot of men do these things. You get to know someone before you jump into their bed, Rocio. This is what you do as a woman. I don't know how loose you are or if that is your culture. But I guess that's the only part of you that aligned with Marwa's supposedly culture, okay? Because according to him, he says, after being with a woman for the first night, you're the wife. And you believe that nonsense. I am sorry. You are also responsible for what happened in this relationship. It's not just Marwa. You are a part of it. You can't blame one person. It takes two to tango, Rocio. It is unfair for you to come here to blame every single thing on Marwa. It was Marwa this, Marwa that, Marwa promised me this, Marwa this, Marwa wasn't affectionate, Marwa wasn't there, Marwa is from a dysfunctional family, he doesn't have this feelings and that feelings, and Marwa. The entire video, you blamed it all on Marwa. And I think that was unfair. And some of you may agree with me, some of you may not. But it doesn't matter if I react on Marwa. I can say that Rocio played a part as well in this, okay? In the end, she did apologize to Marwa, and but I think that apology was not genuine. I believe that apology was for the subscribers not to leave her. She was just trying to save face because she didn't want to lose a lot of subscribers. So that was just a play game right there. According to Marwa's video today that he made after Rocio made her video, He said that he was caught off guard because Rocio never called him to say she is breaking up with him. Instead, she went online and told the world. And he was bamboozled. So, Rocio, if you wanted to apologize, you should have apologized on the phone to Marwa, not to the subscribers. And that's what you did. So your apology was not genuine. She didn't intend to do this video to trash Marwa. You trashed him the entire video. Honey, you trashed him, you trashed his family, you trashed him the whole video. So don't come here to say you didn't intend to do this video to trash him. She talked about abandoning at her birth. And of course, people say she'll never get over that. And I think Marwa was wrong for what he did, but like you said, according to you, you told him, get out. If he was tired, if he kept telling you, push, 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 mom, hurry up, mom, push, mom, push, mom, push. You told him to get out and go sleep. So he went to sleep. What you wanted him to do? Stand up there and fall asleep while he's standing? Anyway, guys, all fun and joke aside, Marwa was wrong for that. No woman wants to feel abandoned while they're giving birth. And Marwa should have known that. She would have never gotten over that. She said she felt very lonely on that boat. Hundreds of times in that boat, Mila, swamp. You see, we call it a swamp. I guess she wants to call it a swamp. That's why she's calling it a boat. Me send me belly to rotted. Anyhow. She said a boat. It's a boat. She called it, she's no longer say a villa. She says a boat. She was lonely. She tried to have compassion about his environment because he grew up in such harsh environment. And even her family saw the dysfunctional family and their dysfunctional environment, and her parents wanted to say something. But because her parents are quiet, because they're so quiet, they decided not to say anything about this dysfunctional family. And I think what happened is when the parents were there and Marwa mother got beat, and I know you guys don't believe me when I say that Marwa mother got beat, okay? She got beat. Okay, allegedly, but she got beat. The parents were there and Marwa mother ran to the villa. She ran to the villa, and that's when Marwa told her, Ray. I guess Marwa didn't want Rocio family to realize what was going on. So Rocio family already found out. You think Rocio didn't tell them that, listen, Con dad is beating Con mom? Come on. You think so? You think if I can stay in New York and know what's going on over there, you think Rocio, who was in that villa, wasn't realizing what was going on in Con mom house? You all stay right there. Okay, stay right there. So the family saw that and they were like, no, we can't leave our daughter here. I'm sorry. Nope. Nope. You're right to bring us here to take you home. That was her escape plan, because she said that, she's happy that that was a blessing that her parents came to, rescue her. Basically, that's what she was saying. She was happy that her parents came to rescue her. The entire time Marwa was there being nice, thinking that her family was just there for vacation. Marwa was blindsided. He was. Either that or he was delusional. One of the two. But I think he was blindsided. Because if he wasn't, he would not have tried to spend so much money on this family. Marwa even abandoned his own mother for Rocio and Rocio's family. He didn't realize that this whole time they were plotting and planning in the rooms. That Marwa prepared for them. Imagine. Anyway, she said about the horses, it was Marwa's idea, and people need to stop saying it is her idea, because she does not agree with him on these horses and having these horses for breeding purposes and to do business. She said having a few horses to look at, and yeah, I agree with her. I agree with her in this part. She didn't lie. I believe the horses were not just Marwa's idea. It was her idea because she started it. She came up with that idea of, oh, you need horses. But then Marwa took it a bit further. And she even said Marwa is obsessed with things and nothing can stop him. Whenever he's obsessed with something, nothing can stop him. And she does not agree with him and the horse business. She does not. So that part has absolutely nothing to do with her. But I believe this whole idea of horses was put into Marwa's head because of her. We know that. You had the drawings underneath your parents' sofa or bed of horses, that you said you're accustomed to horses. You love horses. And I remember Marwa did a live where he said he's going to buy you horses, and the smile on your face, you were like, oh my God, yes, we're getting horses. We're getting horses. But Marwa, don't tell them. Don't tell them, Marwa. You talk too much. Don't tell them, but we're getting horses. I can leave the clip here if I can find it. But you guys believe me, okay? I remember those videos when she had her braids and stuff in her hair and whatever, and they are always in the bed doing their live videos. Yeah, she said that. So the whole horse idea was not just Marwa. You played a part in it. Stop removing yourself from this whole thing, Rocio. Stop. She said she wasn't respected. She said she wasn't showed any respect. She wasn't respected. And she was not protected by Marwa. And I kind of agree that Marwa idea of loving a woman is just providing a roof over her head. She has no say in the house. This woman will have no say in the house. But hey, you stay in the house, you have a roof over your head, you're sleeping at night. That's it. That's Marwa's idea of loving someone. I'm sorry. I'm going to say it. And there are a lot of men in this world who believe that being providers for a woman is showing them love. Most men these days, or even prior back in the day, they're good providers, but they are not good at, providing for our emotional needs. And this is why you have to truly get to know someone. And a lot of men who are greedy for money are this way. Because the greed for money, they want more, and they want to work, and they want to work, and they want to work, and it's always about work, and they lack supporting your emotional needs. They think just providing food and a roof over your head, that should be good enough. But it is never enough. I want the men out there who are thinking this way, and Rocio is absolutely right about this. That is never enough. She apologized to him and said she hoped that he take responsibility for his child, because a kid don't just grow self-sufficient. In other words, Marwa, Rocio is saying that you're not taking care of Matoto. You need to take care of Matoto. She clearly spelled it out here that Marwa is not taking care of Matoto. Her expression on her face when she said it gave it away, that Marwa is not taking care of his child. So Marwa has come out in his video now to say that he will start child support in May. So wait, Marwa, what happened to February, March, April? 3 months. What happened, Marwa? Are you kidding me? So this means that you really were not sending any money to Rocio for the baby? This is sick, Marwa. If this is true, this is sick.
Me as Marwa, from May, this is something we discussed with Rocio. I'll be supporting my child where I can.
And Marwa is the type of man like this who is going to expect subscribers to take care of Matoto. Because in Marwa's mind right now, I gave you a lot of subscribers and you left me. So guess what? You're on your own. Let those subscribers take care of Matoto. Janet Harris, where are you? Get your piggy bank ready, darling, because you have a son in Argentina. Marwa is not taking care of Matoto. She said God sent her family so she could live with them. She said she saw a lot of cruelty. To use the word cruelty. She saw a lot of cruelty in that family. A lot. Not a little bit. A lot of cruelty in that family. Those were her words, Papa. That does not, those are not my words, okay? Like I said, guys, it's a sad situation because there's a child involved. This is where the soft part of me is going to come in. So take some of the responsibility, take some of the blame, Rocio. You can't just throw Marwa underneath the bus and say it was all his fault. It wasn't. It takes two to tango, okay? You were not perfect. We saw many signs where Marwa wanted a woman who could cook and clean and do those things, and you went to the villa and you pretended to be a princess. So you didn't give him that side of you either. So take responsibility for some of the things that you did. In fact, you were very disrespectful to him many times on camera. And I could understand if you backtalk someone off camera. Yeah, because I've cussed out some men. I don't play. I do not play. I will cuss you out. I don't give a shit who you are. I'll cuss you. But I'm not going to do it on camera. But you, Rocio, did that on camera, the nasty attitude and all of that. So you treated him badly as well. He could have done better. He could have treated you a lot better, but it's not in him. No matter how much he say, he's going to try. Narlin, he can't. Some men just can't change. Hopefully, Marwa can learn from his mistakes. But that was it, guys. That was it for her entire outing of I Am Marwa. Now we're waiting for Marwa to come out and say his piece. So right after I completed this video, I saw another video where Marwa uploaded something. He did a live right after he heard about, Rocio's video. He said his phone was blowing up. People were reaching out to him, telling him how Rocio was talking about him on a live. And he said that this is a surprise to him. He was shocked to hear her talking about her family on online like this to get views. And he's very kind of, people are saying he's upset about it, but he's not upset about it. He'll never talk badly about Rocio. But we don't think this is over. Trust me, it is going to get dirty. It is going to get very, very nasty, guys. It will get so nasty. Trust me. And Marwa will come out here and he will tell us a lot. And Rocio is going to come out here and tell us a lot more about Marwa and his family, especially his family. Rocio has cut off the entire family from the baby. She hasn't talked to any of them, especially Con Mom and the rest of them. She cut every single one of them off, guys. Every one of them. I am not asking you. I am telling you, okay, that she cut all of them off and she's not speaking to any of them, including Marwa. Marwa made a video when they first got together and said if they break up, he'll never come out here to talk about her. I think I posted that video in one of my shorts, so you can go watch it there. Those were his words. Let's see if he's going to go back on his words and talk badly or negatively about her. I think that Rocio also holds a lot of secret in that family, and if Marwa comes out to blast Rocio, she's going to tell it all. It's going to be a book. She's gonna write a book. Rocio is going to tell us from top to bottom. Okay? Everything. Rocio will ruin him. I've told you guys before that if it's anyone who can bury Marwa, it is Rocio. If it's anyone who can put Marwa in the dirt, it's Rocio. And I'm not talking about literally, so don't think that's what I mean. You guys know what I mean. She knows all the dirt on that family. She knows about all the voodoo. She knows about all the vials. She knows every single thing about that family. She knows all the crap Marwa does, the manipulating of being able to get donations and how much money he's making. Rocio will come out here and Rocio will tell it all. Rocio is that type of girl. Rocio don't play. You hear me? Rocio will come out here and she will tell each and every one. She is vindictive. She will make sure, and she doesn't care, because honestly, she doesn't want Matoto to have anything to do with that entire family. Matoto will have nothing to do with Con Mom. Matoto will never go back to Africa. I can tell you this, unless Marwa go to court to try to get his son back to Africa, Matoto is not going to see Africa. No part of Africa. Kenya, whatever, Nigeria, no part of Africa. South Africa, no. Because Rocio does not want anything to do with Marwa and his family. I'm not asking you guys. I am telling you. It has come to my attention that Rocio doesn't want anything to do with that family anymore. And neither will she allow her child to have a relationship with that family. Maybe she will allow the child from time to time to maybe talk to Marwa. Maybe, I'm saying maybe, but she's not going to allow the grandmother or anything. But full circle con mom is what you did to Mr. Kohara. And that's what Mr. Kohara came out and talked about the other day. You took your child away from him, and Rocio did the very same thing to Marwa. Isn't that a shame? That is a shame. That is a shame. It has also come to my attention that another cow has broken its leg in that property. So, the pet cemetery, guys, the pet cemetery. Another cow will be put down. because the cow broke its legs and will be unalived because of it. Unfortunately, that is a pet cemetery, and all those horses are going to go. And all those fish that Marwa bought, Marwa, I told you just buy a few colorful fish for the fish pond and put a pump in the fish pond and clean the fish pond to make sure that the fish stay alive. But no, you watched my video and you went and you grabbed my idea. Marwa, you grabbed my idea that I showed you from Bahamar. Yes, guys, I did. I showed him that thing from Bahamar, that fish pond at Bahamar in Nassau when I was there in December. And now Marwa is obsessed with fish, just as Rocio said. Mentally, there is something upstairs with Marwa where once he's fixated on something, he's fixated on it, and you can't tell him not to do it. This is the type of person Marwa is. And he can't change. Any woman he get, he think, oh, he's going to get some other woman. Any woman he get, it's going to be the same problem. Now he's fixated on selling fish. Come on, Marwa. Who's going to buy those fish? Tell me. Who is going to buy those fish? That's just to beautify the fish pond. But I checked today when I saw them put the fish in the fish pond. The fish pond is filthy. The water is not circulating. It is stagnant. So those beautiful, beautiful fish, they're going to die. And it's very unfortunate. Very unfortunate. But it is a sad situation for the child's sake. It is very sad. He's the only one that I'm sorry for in this entire situation. I don't care about Rocio and I don't care about Marwa. I only feel sorry for that child because the child will be the one who will end up with a new father, because the minute Rocio meets a Mzungu man, because that's what she always wanted. She only came to the villa because of the villa. Marwa told her he was rich. And she came to Kenya and saw the swamp. Now she calling it a boat. Guys, I can't, but I'm pretty sure that the comment section is going crazy because many of them are on Rocio's side. Many people, like I tell you, Rocio came out first so that she can get the love from the audience. This person say, from the beginning I knew you were not Marwa type. Thank God you have left so that we can have our Marwa back. Hey! No, she was Marwa type. Who else is Marwa type? Somebody that Marwa can manipulate? Like Bo? Come on. Even Bo. Look at Bo. Bo had nothing and Bo left Marwa. She was Marwa type. You started doing things before understanding each other, considering you come from different cultures, but it's okay. That's life. I am really saddened by the announcement right here, Rocio. I have been Marwa's and later your follower from the day you flew to Nabahanze. I admired your resilience and determination to make your marriage work. I follow your journey in Argentina before and after Maisha was born. And I have very high hopes for the marriage. I will always pray for your happiness. I'm telling you, people are cheering her on and they're there with her. Now, you know me. I went on her live and she was deleting my comments when I called her out on her lives when she said, I didn't want to get married. He was forcing me to get married or some crap like that. I had to call her out on her lives and say, no, you're confused. You're mixed up. You're lying. 1 minute you say you want marriage. Next minute you say you don't want marriage. You were very confused. You're a very confused person. Anyway, guys, that is it. Please hit the like button and I'll see you guys soon. Talk to you always. Love you. Subscribe to the channel if the content interests you, and I love you very much. Okay, and I'm telling you, I was not too harsh on her, was I? I didn't call her out of her name. I didn't call her gold digger, even though I think that is the reason why she went to the village, is to dig gold, and she realized there was no gold there for her to dig because Marwa is this tight with his gold. But I didn't call her gold digger, did I? I did not. I did not. Thank you for listening to me, and I rambled on for a while, and I'm pretty sure everybody has already jumped on the bandwagon and covered this, but you're going to watch me because guess what? There's no other like Mzungu Pebbles, and you love me very much. Thank you always, and I love you very much as well. Thank you for tolerating me. As you guys know, I am Madded, Medusa, Mzungu Pebbles. Love you. Bye-bye.